Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. Today we're going to do a shop my stash type of video. We are in my beauty room slash office. This is not where I film. This is where I keep the bulk of my makeup. So I'm going to go through, pick out some products. I'll show you, the shelves and stuff. You guys will watch me pick out some makeup before today's video. Some of it is going to be new. I have about 3 new products. One of them is a foundation, a blush palette, and a highlighter palette. Those are already at my filming desk, but the rest of the stuff, we're gonna use what we have. And guys, for the eyeshadow palette, I wanna use something that I hardly get to use. And in one of my last videos, I mentioned that I hardly got any use out of the ColourPop and Hocus Pocus Gather Round Sisters palette. That was the very first palette that ColourPop collabed on with Hocus Pocus. So I think I wanna use that palette for today, but let me turn you guys around. We'll pick out some makeup and then you guys will watch me apply it. Everything that I'm using in today's video, I will have it linked in the description box. Some of those things might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. And if it is your first time on my channel watching one of my videos, hello and welcome. My name is Steph. I love trying out new makeup. Primarily, you see a lot of new makeup reviews here on my channel, but I also do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes, makeup ranking videos. I try to do at least one shop my stash video a month. I have failed, I think, the last 2 months because I think my last shop my stash was in late June. So I gotta make up for lost time. If all that sounds great to you and you want to see my videos on pretty much a daily basis, because I do tend to upload quite a bit, do me a favor and click on the subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you like what you see, if you like a good old-fashioned shop my stash, if you want to see some makeup that maybe you don't get to see that much on YouTube anymore because it's been around for a while, give this video a thumbs up before you go. Let's get started, guys. Let me turn around and let's get ready to shop my stash. If you guys want to see the look I'm about to create, keep on watching. Okay guys, so obviously still haven't gotten around to organizing my primers and my setting spray shelf, and I have my little basket where I'm gonna put the makeup that I'm gonna use for today. Again, a couple things I already have over there at my filming desk, but let's pick out a primer. I am still loving this one from Essence, the Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer. This does amazing things to my foundation. It just smooths out my complexion. It's just such a good primer. I cannot say enough great things about it. I'm going to be using a Jane Iredale, the powder foundation that they sent me. So I think I want something a little more hydrating. This is a mattifying primer, which I have been enjoying. Let me see. I have the Gwen Stefani one, the oil. I really do enjoy using this one. Oops. What else do I have? I'm going to use this one, the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. I haven't used this one in a hot minute, so let's add this one to the cart. While I'm down here, let's go ahead and pick a setting spray. Which one haven't I used in a bit? I really like that one from Moira. I should get rid of that ABH one. That is really old. Tarte. What is this one? Oh, this one's too glowy. We need to do a declutter down here because some of these are old and I shouldn't be using them. Let's use this one from Catrice. This is always a good one. I'm going to add that one. Right up here, I have foundation, more foundation. And up here, I have concealer. So let's see. For concealer, which one do I want to try? What haven't I used in a bit? You know what? I haven't used this one from Flower Beauty in a while. And I do like the applicator on it. And then you have a corrector in here as well. And this is a powder that you're supposed to set the concealer with. I hardly use that powder, but the concealer is actually pretty good. Let's give this one a shot. Now from concealer, we move up to setting powder. I have been loving loving my Coty Airspun lately, so I don't want to use it just because I feel like I've been using it quite a bit. And since I'm only going to use powder to set my under eye area, I think I'm just going to go in with this one from Wayne Goss. I haven't used this one in a bit. This is the Weightless powder. It's just a translucent powder, so we'll use this one for today. All right, so let's grab the Hocus Pocus palette. This is my ColourPop shelf. And this is the one I told you guys, I've hardly used it because I bought it last year. I didn't buy it the year it came out. And when I bought it last year, I bought it because I was buying that year's palette. So I hardly use this one, but I'm really loving these shades. And I know so many of you love this palette, so let's use this one for today. Okay, now we come to the blush and bronzer shelf. I already have my blush palette over there at my filming desk, so we're just gonna pick a bronzer, and I do need to stick to a powder bronzer since we're gonna be using a powder foundation. I have some cream bronzers over here as well, but the one I was thinking about using was actually the one I got from Tarte about a month ago, and it's this one right here. It's the Shape Tape Glow Bronzer, so we'll add this one to the basket. Okay, so here's the blush palette that It's Belle Cosmetics sent me. This is the Besame blush palette. Let's see if I can get it open with one hand. How beautiful are those blushes? So we're going to use that today. And then they also sent me, I think these are, liquid eyeshadows. I think these are new. So we'll try and incorporate some of these today. I haven't even swatched these yet, so maybe I can swatch them real quick for you guys. And then Jane Iredale did send me the Pure Pressed Base. This is their mineral powder foundation, so that is the refill, and then here is the compact where you place it. So I'm really excited. I've been patiently waiting to use this, and today is the perfect video to try it out for you guys. Now here is my eyeliner and mascara little pile, I guess, stack. What mascara do I want to use? I also got some lashes from It's Belle, so I think I want to use some of those lashes just to try them out. You know, they're new stuff, and I do want to try things out. We're going to do a nice mix today of old and new. I have been trying to make this mascara work from Lancome. This is like the only Lancome mascara that I have that doesn't really work. So I guess let's give this one a shot for today. Now for highlighter, I do want to use my Oracle palette from Bella Beauty Bar. This palette, let's see if I can open it. This is an amazing highlighter palette. Oh gosh, I cannot open it with one hand. Here we go. Oh, these shades are stunning. I've used the Magician and I've used the Sun on camera, so we'll try and use one of the other four. So we'll use this one for today. Okay, now that we have all of the makeup picked out, let's go in first with the primer. Again, this is the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. I don't use it because I have acne prone skin. I really don't anymore. I used to. I just like the way this makes my makeup look. And it's hydrating without making me oily. It's just a really good primer. It's my favorite in the entire putty primer line. Okay, now I placed the powder inside the compact. It's a really pretty compact. There's like a nice weight to it. And the shade that they send me is called Amber. So whenever I apply powder foundation, this is the brush I prefer to use. And it is the BK Beauty 106 foundation brush. So let's dip in here. Oh, you know what? I can't do that yet. I have to put on my concealer. Hello. Let me go into my Flower Beauty concealer. This one is called the Red Carpet Secret Eye Bright Palette. Now, I love that this comes with that stainless steel applicator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of this shade right here. Oh, this feels good. It's so cooling. Like, okay, that's way too much. Put some over here. Get it with my finger. But this feels so good. Like, this little applicator is so good for depuffing the under eye area. I absolutely love it. And this one, I have worn it several times. I don't think I ever did like a dedicated review over it. but I have worn it like off camera, and it's a really nice little palette. Now I'm just gonna go in with my damp beauty sponge. This one is from e.l.f. I'm gonna pick up some of the concealer with the sponge and just apply some to my lid. Now, because I'm wearing a powder foundation, I always add concealer to my nose. So I'm gonna go in with this one. Just add a little bit. It kind of acts as a base to kind of help camouflage the pores. But since I am a normal to oily skin type, oily primarily in my T-zone, my nose is the oiliest place, I always just want to have like that added bit of coverage there. That way the powder has something better to adhere to. I'm just going to do a little bit right here. Now I'm not going to usually put concealer on the sides of my cheeks where I have old acne scars, minor discoloration, but I'm not today just because I want to see, you know, the coverage of this powder foundation. All right, so now let me start buffing this powder foundation into the skin. This does not, there's no fragrance to it, which is great. Because I know a lot of high-end foundations, they tend to add fragrance. This one does not. And for those of you who like a mineral-based powder foundation, let me know if you've tried this one out already. Or maybe it's gonna work out great. Maybe this is something you might want to consider picking up. I know you can find Jane Iredale at Ulta. I'm gonna use a different powder to set my under eye area, the Wayne Goss one. I'll do that in a second. Well, I think it's providing pretty decent coverage. I would say it's a good medium coverage. It looks nice on the complexion. Yeah. It's doing all right. Just building it up right in this area. Now I'm going to go in with the Wayne Goss powder just to set the under eye concealer. Just pat out any creases. Actually, this concealer feels set already. Okay, so I like the way the complexion is looking. I would say that this is definitely more of like a medium coverage powder foundation, which is just fine. Fine, I think it looks great. Let's start applying the bronzer now. This is a glowy bronzer. And I know some of you don't like glowy bronzers. I like to have a glow on. And so this is why I wanted to try it. What shade is this? It just says bronzer. It just says glow bronzer. I know there was like 2 different shades. I'm going to use my BK 103. There were 2 different shades on the Ulta website. That's where I picked this up. And so I believe I got the lighter shade. Today is Labor Day when I'm sitting down to film this video. I unfortunately did not have the day off. I'm actually just getting back from work. And I purposely didn't put makeup on. I went makeup free today just because I knew I was going to be filming this video when I got home. So, you know, like, what's the point? I'm going to have to take it off and then put it back on. You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys did if you had a 3-day weekend. Where did you all go? We actually celebrated my cousin's birthday on Saturday night. So we were out and about then, and it was fun. It was nice. Got to eat birthday cake, which I don't eat a lot of cake, so that's always fun, right? I love this bronzer. I love a nice little glowy bronzer. This is a good one from Tarte. All right, so now we're gonna go into this It's Belle Besame palette. Ooh, how pretty are these shades? Okay, I think I want to use this one. I think this would go great with the eyeshadow palette. These 2 shades, I think, would be really nice. But let me start with this one. And what brush? Let's see. I have a BK A507 brush. Now this is going to be super pigmented. I can already tell. So I'm going to start up here. Yep. Very pigmented. Wow. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, tap that off. Now these are matte blushes, but if it looks like it has a glow, it's because of the bronzer. think I'm going to do 2 blushes. So I'm focusing this orangey one up here. And then I'm going to dip into this one. And just focus that right down here. Not too much, but man, you can see how pigmented these blushes are. This is my first time trying It's Belle blushes. They're actually having an amazing sale right now. Like, a lot of their website is discounted. The owner, she is moving back, or her and the whole family, they're moving back to Puerto Rico. So they're trying to get rid of some of their inventory before they make that move. And I know, like, the Cool Summer palette, I think that's on sale for $10. $10, that's like a steal. I did review that palette like 2 weeks ago, and it's a phenomenal palette. That was my very first time trying It's Belle. It was a very nice formula. Okay guys, I love this blush combo and the bronzer. I think since these are matte blushes, like, they pick up that bit of a glow underneath from the bronzer. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now it's time to play with highlighter. Oracle Chrome highlighter. Okay, so again, I've already used these 2 shades. So I'm thinking, let's see. This one has like a green reflect. This is like a pink gold. And this one is the blue. And then this one, I don't know if that one would be too dark. Let's actually try that one. Let's try the moon. Let's see if I'm gonna get a cast, what we can do with it. I'm gonna use my AOA Studio F19. Oh, wow. Ooh, oh my gosh. My cheek looks wet. Wow. I was afraid this one was just going to be a little too dark for me, but wow. So usually when I go in with highlighter, after I go in with highlighter, I always get the blush brush and just kind of like blend everything together. So that's definitely what I'm going to need to do, especially because this is so blinding. I don't want there to be like a harsh line. I want to blend as much as I can. Okay, so there's no additional product on the blush brush. Wow. This Oracle palette is beautiful. Beautiful. If you picked it up, let me know what you think. I know you have to be loving it. So right now I'm going to spray the complexion with the Catrice Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Glow. All right, now for brows, I'm going to use 2 products that I typically use on a daily basis. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Brow Sessa Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Brown. So it's just a wooden pencil. It has a little spoolie on the end. Let me brush up the little hair that I do have. One of y'all asked if I could do like a brow tutorial. I have a couple on my channel, but I'm not the most comfortable or skilled at brows, at least in my opinion. I don't know. I just don't really like doing them on camera, just because I feel I need to concentrate. And you know, it's just every day my brows look different. I think that's the same for most people, unless you have, you know, a naturally full brow. I don't. I've always had thin, sparse brows. So I kind of just use the pencil to define the shape. You could use a powder too. I used to use a powder. I used to use the ABH one. Now I just use a little pencil. So that's basically what I do. This is my best brow, by the way. So that's why I'm starting. I always start with this one. And then I'm gonna get the, where is it? The Milani Weekend Brow Pen. This one is the shade Medium Brown also. And I just start flicking up. One of y'all said, why don't you do your brows lighter? And I feel like it just washes me out. It's probably for the same reason I really don't like pastel eyeshadow, because I just feel like I'm too washed out. I don't know, it's just a personal preference. Guess I'm just not used to seeing myself that way. You see, I just flick, I just draw little hairs. I use the initial shape as my guide. See, I messed up here. Get that later. And I always have like a little brush handy so I can kind of clean up any mistakes. Then I'm gonna go through with the spoolie, kind of just soften this out. All right, so I'm gonna do the other brow off camera, and I'll be right back and we'll start playing with the Gather Round Sisters palette. Okay guys, so brows are on and I already primed my eyelids with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. So let's go into the Hocus Pocus Gather Round Sisters palette. Such a beautiful palette. Let's see, we have green. Gosh, I don't even know. I think it's only been once or twice that I've used this palette. Isn't that terrible? I would really love to use the green. The green is called Bewitched. But I feel like I used the green when I created the last look that I did. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'll save the green for the lower lash line. I'm going to start first with this shade and then I'm going to go into this shade. Maybe do a combination of like these three matte shades. So the first one is called Hello Salem. I'm taking this on a Refer 16. So I told you guys that I went out on Saturday for my cousin's birthday, and we had to get dressed up because it was like a fancy restaurant that we were going to and stuff. And one of my friends, she went with me and she's like, oh, I want you to do my makeup. She liked the Instagram reel and the recent YouTube short that I posted where I created another look with the Tarte Man Eater After Dark palette. She's like, I want that look. Can you please do it for me? So I was like, okay, you know, she's actually the only person that I've ever applied makeup on. That's not really my thing. I don't like to apply makeup on other people just because I don't think I'm good at it. Like, I feel like I do it, you know, pretty good on myself, but when it comes to other people, you know, I don't feel I'm that skilled. But, you know, I've done her makeup before just for like, you know, just for whatever, you know, no real purpose. Like she wasn't going anywhere. I was just practicing. But now, you know, the pressure was on because we were actually going somewhere. So I have to admit, I think it looked really pretty. I even told her, and she got complimented at the restaurant, but I told her, and we were sitting at the restaurant, like, of course, you know, the lights are dim or whatever. And I was like, I looked at her, I was like, hey, your makeup looks pretty good. Who did your makeup? But yeah, everybody seemed to like the makeup. She liked it, which of course was the most important thing. Okay, now I'm gonna go into, I think I will use this pink and then go into this one. So the next shade is called Dead Man's Toe. I'm taking this shade on a Refer 01 to focus it just mainly in the crease. I don't use this brush too often. I don't know why. I mean, it's a good brush. Like, you can do a lot of things with a brush like this. You can pack shadow on, you can blend it out. I guess I'm always reaching for the 14 and the 13 and the 15 and 16, you know? Like, those are just my blending brushes. Let me know if you guys picked up brushes from the Refer BOGO sale. I think the sale ended already. I think it was gonna last until Labor Day, and today is Labor Day when I'm filming, so I believe it's gonna close tonight, if not Tuesday night. So you guys are probably watching this video on a Tuesday night, but let me know if you were able to take advantage of the sale, what you got. You know, a lot of you said you shopped it. I think it was a great sale. Buy one brush, get one of equal or lesser value. You guys know how expensive natural hair makeup brushes can be. And the fact that Refer's been able to give us a lot of sales, like good sales, you know, and sales that last, you know, longer than a weekend, I think it's been really awesome. Gotten a lot of good feedback from you guys about, you know, how much you've been enjoying your brushes, how they wash up so easily. I have to admit, I'm a little guilty for not washing my brushes as often as I should. I use the brush bath a lot from It Cosmetics. I run out of time, and you guys, you know what I've been doing, and I've been meaning to make a reel and a YouTube short, because I actually saw this on an Instagram reel. This girl got a pillowcase, and she put all of her makeup sponges, and then she put some dish soap, so like I would use Dawn dish soap, and she made sure all of the sponges were equally coated. I mean, not like saturated, but you know, they had some of the soap on them. And then she tied a knot and threw it in the washing machine, just on the gentle cycle. I just do the speed cycle, warm water, and it works. I was shocked the first time I tried it. I was like, wow, I gotta share this with you guys, and I've been meaning to share it with you guys, and I keep forgetting. But yeah, I'll try to do that for y'all soon, because I build up a little pile in my bathroom on the shelf, and I just throw all my sponges there, and once I have a good pile going, then I'll do that. That's how I've been washing them, just because I run out of time, you know, especially during the week. I work, you know, during the week. I have a full-time job. I'm in education, by the way, in case, you know, this is one of your first videos. I've been a teacher. This is my 18th year. So, yeah, and I don't work close to home. Like, I'm not able to come home during lunch. Like, there's just no time for that. So I leave, and then I'm gone all day, and then I get home, and you know, I have to start filming or editing, whatever I need to do. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, but I love doing this. So I've managed. A lot of you are just so amazed, like, how do you manage to do everything? Where do you find time? What helps is that I'm not married and I don't have children. That helps a lot, a lot. And I don't have a boyfriend right now. In case, I know some of you are probably wondering, well, what about your boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend right now. I am not looking for a boyfriend right now. I'm just focusing on me. Is that okay? Does that sound bad? I don't know, but I'm happy, and that's the main thing. All right, now we're gonna go into this shade. We're gonna deepen up the look. This one's called Night of Frolic. Now I'm gonna use my Refer 13, and I have the mirror from last year. I always had it displayed on the shelves behind me, but I don't think it was something that you could ever see. September 1st, I brought out the mirror again. So I'll be using this. I still have the candle from last year's collection. I think I've burned through half of it, which I try to save it. I purposely didn't burn it, you know, outside of the season. And I don't always burn candles a lot. I have the Soul Body candle, like their original scent, and I was actually burning that yesterday in where we were at earlier in my beauty room. Wow, so these shadows are so good. Now I know what all the hype about this palette is about, because this is just really pretty. I'm just gonna go in with that Refer 01 to kind of blend out here a little bit. Okay, now for shimmer, I don't know, this one looks really pretty. This looks like a sequin shade. Actually, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade and maybe add a little bit of this shade. This one is called Thackeray Binks. I'm using a damp Morphe M124. Ooh, I feel a little bit of fallout. Do this shade right here, and then we'll do the lighter shade for the inner corner. Now I'm going to use a little Beach Cosmetics pencil brush, and I'm going to take the shade Wench and spray it with some setting spray. And that's what we're going to do right here. You know what I forgot to do is use those It's Belle liquid eyeshadows. I will have to use those in another video. Actually, I think I'm gonna do an Instagram reel and like swatch them out, and I can bring it over here as a YouTube short. Now for the lower lash line, I want to go in with this green. This one is called Bewitched. Taking Bewitched on a Rephr 26, one of my favorite Rephr brushes, just because it can do so much. Guys, if you don't have this palette, you can always recreate this look using what you do have. Like, you know, just get yourself like an olive green like this, throw it on the lower lash line, and of course, I know you all have like pinky, mauvey shades. Just use what you have. I don't know if they're gonna bring this palette back somehow. I don't think so. But last year they did, and I really wanted to get it since I didn't have it. Add a little bit more of the shade Wench, just right down here. All right, now for lashes, these are the ones It's Belle sent me. I don't know. Oh, the style is called Flirt. Love the box. It's so cute. So I'm gonna add these lashes. I am gonna use the Lancome mascara. I'm gonna put something in the waterline, and then you guys will help me pick a lipstick shade. Okay guys, so here's the completed eye look. Of course, I added the lashes. I did a little bit of tight lining with my Give by Gwen Stefani eyeliner in the shade Spiderwebs. And for the lower waterline, I went in with this one from NYX. It's the Epic Wear liner in the shade All Time Olive. Now, I didn't realize this earlier, but in this little gift bag where the liquid shadows are, there was a lash applicator and also a lipstick. So let's use the lipstick. It says Lure Them In, and this is from It's Belle. This shade is called, I think it's Deseo. That's how you pronounce it. Here's the beautiful shade. I think it'll go. Let's see. Not exactly the shade I would pair with this look, but let's try it out. It's a matte lippy. It's a very pretty shade, and this lipstick does have like that magnetic closure. I really like it. First time trying an It's Belle lippy as well. I feel like this is just a little too reddish maroon for the look. Do I have like a pink lip gloss up here? Let me try adding a little lip gloss on top. Maybe like this shade. Let me just see what happens. This one's from Wet n Wild. No, you can't really see that pink shade. Okay guys, so this is the completed look. Shop my stash, some new, some old, some in between. We got some indie, some drugstore in here, some high-end. Thank you to It's Belle Cosmetics and Jane Iredale for sending me a few of the products that I used in today's video. I'm really loving the powder foundation, by the way. I think it looks beautiful with the rest of the makeup on top, and I am really happy that I decided to use this palette in today's video, just because, again, I hadn't used this palette in quite some time. I haven't really used it that often. If you have this palette, hang on tight to it. It is really, really special, and the mirror from last year's collection, oh, it is just too cute. The lashes, love them. Love the lashes. I did have to trim them down. The Oracle palette, guys, this is a good one. I do have a code with Bella Beauty Bar. I believe it's Steff10, and that'll give you 10% off. Anything that I have a code with will be in the description box. It's always towards the top of the description box, but this highlighter palette is just phenomenal. I loved everything. I'm even, you know, I'm warming up to this mascara like a year later that I picked it up, but the Lancome Lash Idole mascara, it's not my all-time favorite Lancome mascara. I definitely have other Lancome mascaras that work a lot better, but you know, I can work with it, especially if I'm using lashes. This palette, guys, the blush palette, the Besame blush palette from It's Belle, wow. If you want blushes that are super pigmented, pick this one up. I also have a code with It's Belle as well. Everything will be in the description box. Let me know what you thought of today's look. What are some of the products that you were going to be reaching for on this, I feel, the first unofficial day of fall? It's usually the day after Labor Day, and that's probably when you're watching today's video. I'm filming it on Labor Day. You guys are watching it after Labor Day, but let me know your thoughts. Let me know what some of your favorites of the moment are, and I hope you have had an amazing weekend, especially those of you that were able to have a 3, possibly 4-day weekend. I hope you guys had lots of fun, got some rest, and are just ready for the week. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.